Hi guys, so I'm going to be taking notes on Google Docs from now on because my doc cam still isn't working, and whenever I try and balance my phone to record my notes, it doesn't really end very well. So today we're going to be focusing on food chains and food webs. You've been watching videos on them, learning a lot about them already, so I just want to go over the most important things about food chains and food webs with you. So the reason these are so important is we use these as models. Use these as models to see how energy flows through ecosystems. They're both, so I'm going to add both are models. So food chains and food webs are different. They have two different names. So a food chain is going to be a really simple model that's going to focus on one organism is eaten by one other organism, which maybe is eaten by one other organism. So it's going to be really small. You might have like 3 to 5 different organisms in a food chain. So it's a simple model that focuses on a small number of organisms that eat each other. All right, so I'm going to give you guys an example, and I'm going to use Google Draw for that. So I'm going to insert my drawing. I'm going to make a new one. And let's see, we're going to scribble some green grass. Let's see if I can make it green. Make that green. And then I'm going to draw an arrow. And then I'm going to go online to get a picture of a zebra. I'm not going to try and draw one for you. So zebras eat grass. So I'm going to select my picture of a zebra. Ooh, we're going to fix that guy up and make him a little smaller. So zebras eat grass. But what eats zebras? If you guys have been on the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland or watched The Lion King, we know that zebras usually get eaten by lions. Which picture do I want? We'll do the yawning lion. Okay, so here we have a super simple food chain. We've got grass, which gets eaten by zebras, which get eaten by lions. So here's something I really want us to break down. First, we're going to break down these organisms into what they are. So grass is a producer because it produces energy through photosynthesis. That makes a zebra a consumer because it eats the grass, but lions are also going to be consumers. So to break these two consumers up, because lions eat another consumer, we're going to call our consumer that eats the producer a primary consumer. Should be reviewed for you guys. And then our lion, which eats the primary consumer or eats the herbivore, is going to be a secondary consumer because it is a carnivore. All right. So this is an example of a food chain. And when we're looking at our food chain, I want us to remember how energy flows through this. So the producer is the grass. So it's producing energy. But are zebras producing their own extra energy? No, they're using the energy from the grass to do things, right? And then the lion is eating the zebra for energy to do things. So they're using energy. They're not making energy to go into the ecosystem. So energy is lost as you move through the food chain. And that's why there's going to be way more grass than there are zebras, and there's going to be even less lions than the number of zebras because they're losing energy. All right. Now we're going to look at our food webs. I can spell. All right, so food chains are super simple. It's a small number of organisms, but grass isn't only going to be eaten by zebras, it's going to be eaten by other organisms as well. So a food web is going to consist of many different food chains. So it's going to be a really complicated way of looking at how energy is flowing through the ecosystems. So a complicated model consisting or made up of multiple food chains and shows energy moves through an ecosystem on a larger scale than a food chain. All right. So I asked you guys on Monday to come up with your own food webs. You could use the internet to help you. I wanted you could use the internet for pictures, but for time's sake, I'm just gonna go find one and bring it in here. I'm gonna put it in a drawing. All right, we'll go with this guy. Okay, so I wanted to bring this guy in here, this food web in here, because it shows multiple different food chains. So if we look at this left circle, you can see like, oh, this tree is eaten by giraffes, but this tree, the plants on this tree or the leaves on this tree are also eaten by rhinos. So you have two different food chains, but it makes one circle because the giraffes and the rhinos could also be eaten by lions. Over here, though, it shows rhinos aren't only going to eat the leaves off this tree, they also eat this grass. And they aren't only eaten by lions, they can also be eaten by vultures. This grass that the rhinos eat can also be eaten by grasshoppers and mice and antelope, right? And then the mice can be eaten by these cats, which can be eaten by these snakes, which can be eaten by these baboons, which can be eaten by cheetahs. And the grasshoppers can also be eaten by baboons, but they can also be eaten by these birds, and these birds can be eaten by these, looks like a skunk, which can also be eaten by the vultures. The vultures eat almost everything. So it's a very complicated model, but it shows multiple food chains. So I'm actually going to go edit this and circle all the different food chains so you guys can see that really quickly. So I'm just going to scribble. Okay, we've got one right here. Make that guy red. And I have another one here. Orange. Then we have, I need to redo that guy. I'm really not good at scribbling circles. I'm gonna make that one blue. And we have I'm gonna make this pink color, and then I think we have one. No, we have two more. This red, and our last one. Okay, so we're gonna have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 food chains in this one actually pretty simple food web. These can get way more complicated than this. So just to show you how much more complicated it is, you have about, I think I said 9 food chains in this one food web. All right, so make sure we are looking at these notes so we understand how these are different, because I'm gonna be having you guys, I might be having you guys actually make your own food webs later on. So that's what I've got for you today. And make sure you turn these notes in, okay? And do not copy and paste these, all right? You cannot find the same food web. Find your own food web, circle the number of food chains in it as well, okay? All right, thank you guys. See you later. Bye.